Yeah. So if you see here, I have just written array, and into this array, the elements are directly placed in the angle brackets.
Yes.
So each index is representing element directly.
Right.
So technically, how many arrays you have over here? So how many, what you can say, level of arrays you have to get the element? Only one level.
One.
That's why it is a 1D array.
Correct.
Now I have another array, right?
Yeah.
Here, this one. So inside this, a zeroth element is an array itself. This is the zeroth element or not?
Yes.
This is the first element or not?
Yes.
This is the zeroth element, this is the first element. If you want to reach this number one, how many levels you need to pass?
Two.
Two levels. So this is the outer one is first array, right? This is the first array. And inside that array, zeroth element is itself an array. First element is itself an array. So if you want to access this one, you need to cross two levels, and that's why it is called as two-dimensional array. What is confusion here? The way I have written this one, ARR, either you write in this way or straight away you can write in this way 1 1 comma 2 2. So this line is more understandable. This is a one-liner equation, one-liner form. Still, if you want to access this one, you need to go to the two levels. So ARR of 0 will give you this total array. And if you want to get this one, you need to go one more down, and here you can say 0. So this guy will point to this thing. Correct?
Correct.
This is the two-dimensional array, 2D array. What is the confusion? Where is the confusion exactly? Which thing is a little bit challenging to understand?
Yeah.
Let me open the code also. Okay, this line. So if you see this code,
Here, actually, our array is a is of numeric and string, right? And here you mentioned to send the position actually.
yeah.
So it is number with two brackets. That is, we are sending the position.
This one you are saying?
The first one.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so we are returning the position.
Yes.
Now suppose if we actually want to send the array itself, I mean with the numeric and the string, what will be its return type? Means can you write the next
See,
on the next line?
okay, so let's go here. Actually, the return, so here you are returning an array itself. This is the array only. So here, find position is returning an array. Find position, a return type of a find position is itself an array. Let's,
Yeah, itself an array,
yeah.
but actually it is that array contains only the positions, right?
But
That
numeric array means what? Just a minute. Let me go here and app01.ts. So here we can say const num arr is of type number, and this is a two-dimensional array. Right now, how do we define this array? So this array can be written in this way. So here first element would be 1, right? And the second element would be 1. correct? So this line, what is the type of this numeric array? Number and this thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Number and this thing. And same thing you have written over here. The find position return type is this number and array, and it is returning array which is having elements inside inner array. This can be 1 2 3, that is also okay. This can be 5 6, that is also okay. Hello?
Yeah.
So here this is an array. Inside the array, this is inner array. This is also inner array. And to the inner array, 0th element is 1. And first element of this outer array is having array itself, and the 0th element of that array is also 1. Where is the concern? So I will write this method again. Function, and you can say fndpops. It is returning this type of array, and from here, what data you will return from here? So you need to return an array, inner array, and like this. So this is the numeric array. This is a two-dimensional numeric array. So this is the first dimension, right? And inside that, this is the elements of, or if you want to understand more precisely, what I can do here, I can create array object const arr is equals to, now, or let's get this guy into the code, const num arr, and from here you can return the num arr. One and same. If still not clear, ask me. I'll try to explain in other way. What is exactly a barrier?
No, actually, I was confused between a string and number. So,
which string?
We have
this string.
Array, even if we have a string containing a string, in that case also,
no, but
the return value will be a numeric array. We were sending the position of that
correct,
array.
Correct.
Even if there is a string element.
Now see, let me tell you what exactly you are returning from the find POS. Okay.
This here you are sending the position.
Here.
Yeah.
So here I am passing the string.
Yes.
Here I am passing what? String. And I need to check inside this array. I need to check inside this array. What I need to check? That this PQR is available at which location. So here you can say there are two possibilities. If this is the case, if this is the array we have, there are two possibilities over here. So if I ask you to find out ABC, how you will say where is ABC? So if I ask you where is ABC in this array, where is ABC in this array, what you will tell me is that go to a 0th element. So I went to this 0th element, correct?
Yes.
I went this 0th element. Then go to the 0th element, which would be an array. So here we can say which would be an array. That is correct. So 0th element I found, this is an array, right? Yeah. And you got the answer for this, your first array. 0. This is how you got the 0. Then inside that array, inside that array, inside that array, you will find ABC at which location? First location, first position, and that is nothing but this one is, and that's why you need a two-dimensional array. Well, this is just
Here, when to use this comma in between, like zero, one bracket, and then another bracket.
correct.
Do we need comma in between?
Yeah, because these are the elements. So this is your two-dimensional array. This one also. This is the first element over here. Can you see there is a comma? Then second element, there is a comma. This is the third element. There is no comma because no more elements are there. So this is an array. This is the 0th element with only one number possible. Right? If that would be having 4 numbers, we could have written 1, 2, 3, 4, comma, and second element would be having only one element. That is also possible or not?
Possible.
Right? So what do you mean by this comma? It is separation of the elements. So presently we just have one element over here and one element over here, nothing else. But that is not the fixed case all the time. So this can have 4 elements, this can have 10 elements also. Correct? So this comma is required just to separate out these elements.
Yeah. And in case suppose I want 2 in the first element of array.
2.
Okay. This number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Uh-huh.
So how will you write that? Zeroth element, and
Yeah.
from
See, this is 0th element. This is the first element. This is second element.
Yeah.
And this is third element. So what you will write over here? 1.
I want 2. Number 2.
You want what?
Number 2.
Number 2. But here we are returning the indexes. These are not actual numbers. These are the indices. If you look at the
Right. I know that. But here in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4 is on the 0th position, right? So first, in the first bracket, it's 0.
So in the first bracket, okay, just a minute.
Above.
So here, if you talk about this thing, in the case of which array? This array.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, but see, the problem statement over here, so that type of, that we have designed for this type of array. You cannot apply that logic to this array. That is something, this is something different. This is something different, and this is something different. See, this is not a concept at first place. This is just the example. I want you to find out ABC in this. And how do you represent ABC? 0th element, and inside that first 0th element, and inside that what? First element will represent the ABC. So what will represent ABC? A 0th element of the outer array and the first element of inner array. That's how you will represent the ABC, and that's why 0 and 1 will come. And that's why we have designed something like this. It is not the concept. Well, this is the concept, and this is the union type is a concept, and literal type is a concept. So this can be anything. We can modify this to anything. Is it clear or not?
Yes, yes, this is clear.
So do not consider that this is any of the concept in the TypeScript. No, it's not. A simple problem statement in the interview you got. An interviewer says that, so I need answer in this way. So design a program. Correct?
Yeah.
And in that case, we have got something like this.
Right.
I hope this is clear.
Yes, yes.
Okay. What's the next topic then? Objects we have seen. Then arrays we have seen. Okay, documentation is missing. So shall we do the documentation?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Just a minute. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Anonymous function. What is anonymous function?
If the function name is not defined.
Okay. Anonymous function. So you also be cautiously tell me what things are missing. Okay.
Yes.
TypeScript like JavaScript. Here you can say. In TypeScript, like JavaScript allows you to define the function without name, known as anonymous functions. Known as what? Anonymous functions. These functions particularly useful. So these functions are particularly useful for the situations where you need a quick function for a task without cluttering your code with the named functions. Right? So actual definition, an anonymous function is declared. Now how you can define it? An anonymous function can be declared using the function keyword, but without name following it. You can specify the parameters. You can specify the parameters and return type within the parenthesis. For example, this is simple anonymous function, double it like this. So anonymous functions features of anonymous functions. Features, assigning to the variables. So we can assign anonymous functions to the variables. You can assign anonymous function to a variable, essentially storing the function as a value. This allows you to pass a function and you can call it later like a normal function. So here you can say it would be something like this. Then passing as an argument. Well, this thing presently you don't know. Next type we are going to see this. Passing it as an argument. You can pass this function as an argument. Const numbers. You can pass this function as this thing. Now another concept, IIF, is immediately invocable functions. You can wrap the functions which can invoke immediately, right? For example, you can use anonymous function for this use, right? If you see, yeah, this one, yeah, I told you presently you don't know that part, right? We are going to see that. We are going to understand that part. This is the next topic actually, array operations. IIFE, look at this syntax, a module design pattern. In a JavaScript, if you want to create a new file, app02.ts, see how function is written. Function, and the body of the function. So this thing is considered as a class, and you can wrap it like this. This is considered as a class and you can call it immediately over here. So this is one function and this is the call. A typical thing here, you can say class car, and look at, remember this syntax. Okay, now cd day 21 tsc app02.js target es5, hit the enter. Now whatever js would be getting created, can you see what is this? Look at the above code, this code, and look at this code. Can you see the bracket over here and immediately invocable function expression? This thing is called as IIFE, immediately invocable function expression, right? Okay. If you look at this, the way you have, this is the car class, and how TypeScript have converted this car class into, can you see this? IIFE. Is it similar? You can write these brackets inside also. Well, it has two different meanings actually, but if you see, you can resemble this and this over here. So you have written this function, anonymous function, and you have called it immediately. If you remove these brackets, see there is an error. Anonymous functions cannot be like this, and that's why you need a bracket here and here. IIFE. So with the help of anonymous functions, you can create the IIFEs, right? Hello?
Yes, yes. We are learning this concept for the first time.
Correct. IIFE. But see, nowadays, if you are not working with plain old JavaScript, this is kind of outdated. No one uses it. Everyone goes with the class directly, which is more concise. But in the older days, there was nothing which can resemble the object oriented class. At that time, we were creating a hack way to think this as a class or a module. So, module design pattern. Let's not go to that details right now. Let's not go to these details, but this can be called like this also.
Can you go to the JS file of the same now?
Yeah.
So, why again function car inside of this is the syntax.
Correct. So inside this you can write anything. So you get this much scope over here, and you can write any functions. This would be like a class, and class would be having a method, say run, like this, right? Here you can say function walk, correct? And these would be having some properties, legs, eyes, like this. This is how you will create car animal, or okay, this is the car class. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
And here you can, well, this concept also we are going to see. If you see here, C is capital. These things are called as constructor functions. We'll talk about that. But in general, this is what your anonymous functions are. So what are the benefits of using anonymous functions? So here you can say conciseness. Anonymous functions can simplify the code by avoiding the need for separate named functions for small tasks. Flexibility. Here you can say they can be easily passed around and used dynamically, making your code more adaptable. And readability. Here you can say when used judiciously, they can enhance the code readability by focusing on the logic instead of the specific names. Correct?
Yes, correct.
So this is about the anonymous functions. Now arrow functions. Remember that arrow function is a feature of ES6. Can you explain what is arrow function?
Yes, I mean it is just like an inline function. Means, you define and you write the definition of the function in the statement.
Okay. Arrow functions are also called as lambda functions, and this is invoked in ES6. Arrow functions, also known as lambda functions, are a concise way to write anonymous functions introduced in ES6. They offer the several advantages over the traditional functions, and this part we have not seen yet. They offer the several advantages over the traditional function expressions, particularly in terms of the readability and handling of this keyword. And handling of what? This keyword. So here is a breakdown of the functions in the TypeScript. Let's have a code. and say const add. This is the basic syntax we have seen. Concise syntax for the single line expressions and the multi-line functions with the explicit return type. Here we can say features, implicit return. Features, the implicit return. For a single line expression, the return keyword is optional. The expression itself becomes a return value. Now, this part you don't know. We are going to see that. A lexical units, unlike the regular functions, arrow functions inherit this context from their surrounding scope, avoiding the issues with unintended this bindings. No argument. Just a minute, I need to plug in the charger. Yeah, no argument object, no arguments object. Arrow function don't have their own argument object. Use rest parameters similar to the functionality. We will see that. And not constructors. Arrow functions cannot be used as the constructors with new thing. So here we can say benefits. So few things. So here you don't know what do you mean by this. Here you don't know what do you mean by this. These three things you don't know. You will get to know in the future. So benefit, a conciseness, a more cleaner code. Readability, improved readability due to the implicit return and the lexical this. Callback functions. It's a well suited. It's a well suited it's a where is that? It's a well suited for the callback functions like map filter, etc. Correct? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Any question?
No questions.
This is clear, right?
Yeah. Whenever you explain that the 3 points, then we will go. The 3 points.
Correct. We are going to talk about that. Arrow functions. Now what is remaining? Arrow functions, variables, anything is in the variables. Type of, we'll see that. Nan is also missing. Object restructuring. Okay. And H1. Now we have studied the array destructuring. Array destructuring. Can you tell me what is object destructuring? Shorthand notations. Object destructuring. Okay.
Is it related to that functions we see about the array function or functions?
If you remember, we have basic.
Yes, that functions.
Yeah, object destructuring. Here we have studied. Can you see here? Object make ABC model 1 to 3. So where make is equals to object dot make and model is equals to object dot model. This is how you will restructure this object. Correct? Okay, in the TS we have written that. Sorry, this one here. Now see here. So actually this thing you will do const make obj dot make const model is of type number obj dot model, or in this way. But ES6 says that object destructuring property shorthand notation. Remember this thing or not? Okay, ES6. Okay, while we write the notes, you might remember it. Object destructuring is a powerful feature. Object destructuring, or if you want to still, if you didn't understand, are you watching the videos? Okay, so here we have covered optional params, ES6 features, arrow functions, object in detail, literal types, TypeScript, ES6 features, array basics. I think here we have studied let var const. Here we have seen object details here. Where we have seen then few more types and ES6 features. Union type, operators, arrow functions, ES6 features.
You can send the video of the same day. Then
No, actually day wise it is not there, but this only I think ES6 features. Yeah, can you see object destructuring and ES6 property shorthand notation? Here we have studied that. Object destructuring and ES6 property shorthand notation. Okay. Now see, this is the object. Let's close all the things. If this is the object, and I want this name, age, city to be stored in the separate variables, right? I want this to be stored in the separate variable. This is the object, and I want make and model separately. So what do? This object dot make, this object dot model. So you'll define a separate variables, and into that variables you will add the values of object dot make, object dot model. Little bit lengthier way, right? Now ES6 says that instead of doing all these things in this way or in this way, just const in the brackets make and model. Correct?
yes.
That's what the object destructuring. Can you see here name and age? But here one thing is you need to make sure that name of the variable and name of the key should be same. Okay, now here we can say features, extracting the specific properties. See, now that's what we have studied. You can target the individual properties. You need to, instead of accessing them using the dot operation, instead of you to use the dot operation, you can use something like this. So renaming the properties, assign the destructured properties to the variables with the different name. Assign the destructured properties to the variables with the different name. Default values, default values, provide the default values for properties that might be missing. And the rest operator, we have not seen this yet. We have not seen this yet. Use the rest operator to collect the remaining properties into the single object. Benefits. What are the benefits? Readability. Code becomes clear and less verbose, especially when dealing with the many properties. Maintainability. Easier to update and manage the individual property access. Flexibility. Handles the different object structures gracefully with the different values and the rest operator. So rest operator we will see shortly. Or we have seen that rest operator.
No, no. Anita, can you mark something for the remaining part? I mean, just to understand whenever we refer to.
No, I know what is remaining. At that time you will exactly get to know,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Object destructuring. These are the benefits. So array destructuring concept we didn't see. It is very similar to the object destructuring. Now, what is array destructuring? Let's app03.ts. Now const arr we have, and here I can say abc pqr lmn. Okay, and now const first element fst, what you will do, arr of 0, correct? Const second,
Yes.
what you will do, arr of 1. You will go on doing this thing, but instead of that you can say first second is equals to arr, and the 0th element abc would be assigned to the first and pqr would be assigned to the second. Same like object destructuring. This would be exactly same like object destructuring.
Yes. Yes.
This is clear, right?
Yes.
Now
So here, one question. Like in the object destructuring, we must need to know the name of the properties
correct,
or the variables. But here, how can it recognize that we want the first and the second?
not require, you can write anything.
So I mean, it will take in a sequential order.
Yes, correct. This 0th would be this 0th, this first would be this first.
Okay, but in case of object restructuring, we can take suppose first and third aspect, right?
Correct.
I mean, if there are three properties,
Correct.
three members, so we can choose. I can choose first and third.
Correct. Names, if names are same, it the particular values will come over there.
Right. But here, in case of array, you need to either take if you want the third one, you have to take first, second as well.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Array destructuring. So array destructuring is another feature. Again, it is ES6 feature. Remember that is another handy feature in the JavaScript and TypeScript that lets you unpack the values from array into the separate variables in a clean and efficient way. It is similar to the object destructuring, but focuses on array instead. But focuses on what? Array instead. So if you can see something like this. Now features. Extracting the specific elements. Here you can say. Now rest operator again and again coming. We'll see that tomorrow. Yeah, now you have asked this question and you got the answer. See, skipping the elements, leave the empty spaces to skip the element. So first empty, second, then in between empty, and the fourth. Right?
Okay. Okay.
And see rest operator, triple dots. We have seen triple dots or not?
No.
Okay, we'll see that. And assign the default values, assign default values to the elements that might be missing. We can use something like this also. Now benefits, again benefits are same. ES6 features, it's a readability about, makes code cleaner and easier to understand, especially for the large arrays. Maintainability.
Aniruddha,
Yeah.
the last fourth one, default values.
Huh.
So, suppose if we define the arrays,
Uh-huh.
so how can you assign the default value? Means array is already defined.
Yeah, can you guess it? Can you guess it? What might be happening?
Actual array we creating the another array, right?
Yeah. Now see,
Mm-hmm.
here we can say third is equals to that. To the second, I can assign 90.
Mm-hmm.
10th, I can assign 100. Can you see 10th is not there in the array? The fourth element is not there, but I can assign default value in this way.
Right. Okay. So here
Mm-hmm.
actually I will use this first and
Uh-huh.
it will give me the value as ABC.
Correct.
When I use second, it will give me 90 instead of PQR.
Mm-hmm. If it is missing, see now console.log. So this operator we have seen, right? Backticks.
Yeah.
A lot of JavaScript batches are ongoing, so I don't remember exactly in which batch what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Second, this second, third, this third, 10th. There is no 10th. 10th. TSC app03.ts and node app03.ts. JS. Can you see first ABC, second PQR, third LMN, and 10th 100? There is no 10th available. Only 3 elements are available.
Right.
That's why you get what? 100.
But 90 is not assigned.
Yeah, if you remove this thing, this is also possible. Yes or no? In the array.
Okay.
See, second 90.
Yeah. But
So powerful programming language, right?
hmm.
You can do a lot of things. Okay, array destructuring this thing. So rest of the code we can continue tomorrow. Is that okay?
Yes. Yes.
Functions, arrays. Okay, arrays nothing we have written. Fine, we'll write that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hmm.